in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. You spoil her, you give her stuff. She gets into this divine feminine energy that in return, she starts taking care of you in a much better way. The worst day of the year for me is it's Akaash's birthday. Where the fuck has chivalry gone?
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life.
Where has chivalry gone? Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice, and I have to also be nice that are actually in the 1% tax bracket. They want to do like the things that my husband and Nav are doing. I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet.
It's been a tough decade for India, you know, having to be the face of scams, be known as the poop people, you know, all that good stuff. And now this, you know, I thought Indian love was sacred, but something has shown me that it might not be that sacred. Well, we all know who we're talking about. We're talking about Akaash Singh and his wife. And this is another example of very famous men, you know, having wives that just feel beneath them and their ego just can't let them accept that their husbands are just better. And I have a graphic to pull up for y'all right here. The science of dysfunctional love. You know, we got Akaash Singh and his wife. Oh, big one. Will Smith and his wife. And the worst one of all, Stephen Curry and his wife Ayesha Curry. What is going on? That is one thing I'd like to ask. What is going on in the world where these wives can't handle that their husbands are at the top of their field? These guys are some of the best to ever do it. Akaash, you know, I'm not saying he's there, okay? Some people find him absolutely hilarious. Other people, not so much. I'm more in the middle ground. I think he's funny sometimes, but he's not for me. You know, some people like chai tea and other motherfuckers like actual tea. All right. Some people like Indian street food where they make it with their toes, and other people want, you know, clean, safe food from maybe a food truck. Don't get me started. Food trucks ain't safe either, but at least it's better than having that brother cook with his feet. We just gonna say that. But what is going on? Ayesha Curry, man, talking about how she's jealous of Steph. She wants men's attention while you're married with multiple kids. Stephen Curry is a perfect example of what a perfect husband is. Man goes to work, does his best. This man is a generational talent. He has changed the game of basketball for good or for worse. Them old heads out there, back in my day, we used to only get buckets off of 2-point. All right, old man, shut up. But this man has transcended the game of basketball. We got big motherfuckers like Victor Wembanyama, who back in even 2005, you would not see his big ass shooting threes. Now we got his big ass shooting threes from half court. Right? This man has transcended the game, and his wife is a generational hater, talking about, oh, I wish I never had kids. Like, I wanted to pursue my career. All right, ma'am. You are living in the top 1% of the world. Most people would love to be in your position, and you're going to complain. And also, compare NBA-wise, your husband is a great man. We got dudes out here like Anthony Edwards, 12 baby mamas. All right. We got who else? Who else has hella baby mamas? I know Tyreek Hill, even though it's same basketball. We got Tyreek Hill. Bro's playing football to pay for child support. And you got a loving man that's willing to stay with you and stay with your kids and be an amazing father. All right, we got Will Smith and his wife. I honestly, I forgot her name. This woman has gotten in his head so badly that they went on a podcast and talked about her cheating on him with her son's friend. Excuse me? Excuse me? And not just the fact, this man committed assault. She is in his head so badly that he committed assault on national television. Slapped the man in his face for making a joke. And now, we've got the trifecta, the triangle. the Illuminati eye has finally been served. Akaash Singh and his wife. I don't even know his wife's name. I don't even know what she does. But she has ruined this man right here. She has taken this man who prided himself on, being a guy who dates brown. He only exclusively dates brown. He saved himself for marriage. And this is all crumbling down. But first, we got to take it back to where it all started, on an episode of Flagrant, where Fresh and Fit came on. And you know what? Fresh and Fit are, in my opinion, they're fucking goobers, all right? I think they're goofy as shit, but this shit came back to bite Akaash Singh in the ass pretty hard. Let's watch the clip.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akaash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So
Indian
this
woman.
is like loyal through and through.
Sometimes.
All right, stop it there. But wait. Before we see this, stop it there. You know what? This isn't that bad. Calling out some corny shit, because I do think that's corny as fuck. I don't date within my race. Why? Right? It's a preference. No, not really. If a girl's hot enough, you gonna get with her. I ain't gonna lie. Like these dudes, these Fresh and Fit dudes, they're corny as fuck. But sometimes they make good points. Okay. Don't tag me, please. Sometimes they make good points. All right, so this is where this all started. All right, yeah, he's been with this girl. This feels like a real, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fairy tale kind of story. A guy meets his wife also meets him, and they fall in love. Akaash, this innocent man, doing all this, and then shit, which one is it? This one right here, right? This one right here.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this.
wow.
Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get.
That's crazy. Well, the infamous clip. Wait. She got this man thinking, she got him believing in the fairy tale, in the I've never actually been with somebody, to find out his whole marriage is built off on lies. All right? His whole marriage has been built off of a lie, and this is so sad to see, because Akaash Singh, he has been grinding for years. All right? I've seen him on Flagrant. I used to be an avid watcher of the Flagrant podcast. I used to tune in every week, and he'd been slowly building himself up just to see himself crumble because of his wife. All right? This woman tricked him, like literally tricked him into believing that she was this innocent little snowflake. And you guys are like, well, all these people on the internet saying she's not. Well, hear it from her own mouth of what she was doing in college. Like, come on now.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
There it is, folks. From her own words, she was popping her pussy in some white boy frat houses. And guess what? Yes, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. That's not, that's okay, whatever. But no one was interrogating her. Nobody was like asking her about her past. Nobody was like, she was like, yeah, I've explained this to my husband, blah, blah, blah. I had a rocky start in my life, blah, blah, blah. And then I told him, no, she went online, unprompted, and asked, or not even asked, just straight up said it. Nobody asked her. She's like, You know what? I feel nostalgic about getting ran through in these white boy frat houses. First off, why are we bragging about getting ran through? Second off, what is up with these brown women's obsession with white men? I've never understood it, right? Same thing with the Asian community. I am Asian myself. What is obsession with these white men? I don't get it. I don't. But that's a wild statement. I was popping my pussy, living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And that's just not it. That is not it. Right? She also wants to fuck his friend, have an orgy with her co-host and her husband. This was completely unprompted. Like, this is the next clip. Like, this is bad. All right?
Life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have.
Ma'am, excuse me? Ma'am, please calm down. What are we talking about over here? That is your husband's friend. If my girl came up to me and was talking about, you know, your friend, you know your friend TJ over there, body T, face card never declines, and I bet he got a 10-inch dick. Like, why are we saying this on camera? Like, what? I'm dazed, kerfluffled. I don't even know if that's a real word. Bamboozled. Like, what is going on? What goes on in the mind of these wives, man? I don't want to say women, because men do it too. Men are stupid as fuck. They be talking about some wild shit. Be like, bro, what are we doing? Why are we talking? No, who asked you about this? Why do we want to know? Right? But what the fuck is going on? And she talks about this, and watch this next clip. All right. Right here. All right. This is Nav, by the way, right? Excuse me. When I heard that clip about, oh, Nav's body, 10 out of 10, face card, never declines, I was like, all right, damn, this man must be a Michael B. Jordan type of brother. This man must be a Michael B. Jordan type of brother. And this is what he looks like. I'm not trying to shame, but, like, he is more attractive than Akaash. I ain't gonna lie. No gay shit. No homo. No homo. He is more attractive. But that man is not a Michael B. Jordan now. I would forgive it if this man was Michael B. Jordan. And I'd be like, damn, okay, whatever. But, you know, he's a bit above. I'm not trying to be judgy. Right? And then she has the goal to even say this. Right? This man, she treated her so well. Especially since he got money now. He treats her so well. She talks about spoiling your girl for divine feminine energy. And her having that divine feminine aura will make her treat you better. But that's some bullshit. Because listen to this. Let's just listen to this.
The worst day of the year for me is?
Oh, I know this. Go.
Tax day?
No.
It's Akaash's birthday.
And I feel
your least favorite day of the whole entire year, whole global year, is your husband's birthday. Okay. It's your husband's birthday. But why? You know, maybe it's a good reason. Maybe your grandma died, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, you know, that's the day you got robbed. You know, maybe that's the day you realize that them white boy frat houses weren't for you. You know, let's hear the reason. You know, let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
because she's being nice to me all day, and by like 10 p.m. I can feel her getting just like, I'm so ready for this to be over.
Why?
It's like I turned back into a pumpkin at 12:01. May 5th, and she's so relieved that she gets to be mean again.
Okay, May the 4th is Akaash's birthday. And
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice.
Excuse me? Excuse me? You have to be nice? That's it? That's it. You have to be nice. I must be missing. Hey, let's back it up. Hey, let's back it up. Let's okay. I think I heard it wrong. I think I heard it wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice.
I didn't hear it wrong. You have to be nice. You want your man to treat you like a princess. You want your man, not just your man, your husband to make you the center of his world. And for one day, just one day, his day, it is your least favorite day in the whole world because you have to be nice.
The whole day, and I have to get him something, and I have to also be nice and do like acts of kindness.
I think the only road is divorce. Like at this point, like there is such a lack of respect in your relationship that it is unfathomable on how you can take this. Like I think this is the first girl syndrome. All right. Here's my idea. Here's my idea about it. Right. So the first girl you ever get with, the girl that makes you lose your virginity, all right? She can do no wrong. It's especially if you fell in love. If you're in love with her, she can do no wrong. And you'll put your blinders on, right? You are like a racehorse now. Got your blinders up and you just gallop in the head. And you're like, "Oh my goodness, she's my love, she's hot." And maybe, she treats me kind of nice, nice enough. But this is just a symptom of just a lack of respect in your relationship. A lack of her respecting you as a person, as a provider, as a caregiver. And it's unacceptable. Right? These famous men, right? You can say all you want. Akaash, oh, he's not that famous. He's more famous than you, motherfucker. All right? So don't talk about famous. People know him. The reason why this drama is popping because he's famous enough. All right? He's a famous enough comedian to where this actually gets news. But these women's egos and the lack of disrespect, the lack of respect they have for their husbands causes them to act like this, and they're not getting checked. All right, Akaash even talked about in that Fresh and Fit, he's not afraid to check a bitch. Clearly, he's afraid to check his own wife because his wife should not be acting like this. Right, and unless this is a massive, scandal that to get Akaash's name out there because he needed more views and stuff. So he's like, hey, wifey, I'm gonna need you to hop on your friend's podcast and start saying some wild shit. All right, talk about my boy now. Talk about how he has a big old cock and how you want to have an orgy. Okay, whatever, right? But still, like, you're known as a cuck. Like that is the lack of respect in this whole relationship is the biggest red flag. The flag is more red than the blood moon. The flag is more red than your own blood. You cut your wrist right now and you see blood dripping. It's more red than that. But the problem is he didn't sign a prenup. No prenup. So you're stuck. You're stuck. He has his blinders on. It's his first girl. It's an Indian girl. But the whole relationship is built on a lie. And the lie is that she was an innocent girl who respects you and loves you. She might love you, but she doesn't respect you, Akaash. And you need to see it. And you know what? Let her take half. Because your dumbass decided to marry somebody without fully knowing who she was and allowing her to lie. Like, do you even watch her podcast? Like, shoot, I would not be letting somebody say the shit that she says on her own Snap or not TikTok. She just says shit on TikTok on her podcast, thinking no one's gonna see it. But this is the internet, man. You know more than anything. This is the internet. And whatever happens on the internet stays on the internet. No matter what. So yeah, y'all. This is one of the biggest warnings out there, right? To do some research and not to marry your own biggest hater. Yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed the video though. You know, I had a lot of fun covering this. This is a wild ride. And guess what? This drama would be over if they just stopped talking about it. Like, they keep egging this on and it's just making it worse. They're digging themselves deeper and deeper. So if y'all ever get into a situation like this, make sure, just shut up, delete things, don't talk, plead ignorant. Make sure y'all, if y'all made it this far, you know, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a little comment down below, you know what I'm saying? Show a little love, spread the wealth, you feel me? But yeah, but other than that, I have nothing else to say. JustJ-ron, out. So I've seen you've made it to the end of my video. So you like my content, why don't you subscribe?